Hey guys, thanks for watching DIY Brian. In this video, we're going to find out the difference in polishing a headlight with toothpaste versus an official 3M headlight restoration system. Now, I picked this up from Amazon for about 14-15 bucks. So what we're going to do is compare what comes in this $15 kit against a box of $3.50 toothpaste.
Okay, so in addition to the 3M headlight restoration kit that I picked up, I also picked up some headlight lens sealer and some masking tape to make this job go easier.
Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is get the headlight all washed off before you start the process and dry it, and then take some of your automotive masking tape and mask around all the painted areas on the fender and the bumper and the hood so that you don't scratch the paint. You want to be able to tape around the edges of the headlight.
Okay, so after you've got the headlight all taped off, you want to take your drill and the gold sanding discs, which are a 500 grit, and start removing all the yellow hazing from the headlight. Using medium to light pressure, begin sanding to remove the yellowing and the surface defects from the lens. A slow and steady back and forth action will be most effective. When the disc is clogged or is no longer sanding effectively, replace it with another gold 500 grit disc. Wipe off the lens and inspect to ensure all the yellowing and defects have been completely removed. If yellowing or defects are still there, go through and sand again with the gold discs. Now it's time to go over the headlight with the 800 grit sanding discs. Now this is going to remove a lot of the bigger, deeper scratches that you put into the headlight with the 500 grit. The 800 grit is going to smooth some of that out. Go through and sand the headlight just like you did with the 500 grit. Do it the same process with the 800 grit. After you clean the lens, you'll notice that the scratches have gotten a lot finer with the 800 grit. Now it's time to use the 3000 grit sanding disc and also a small spray bottle to apply enough water to dampen the gray disc and the lens surface before sanding. The disc can be used flat against the lens. Using medium to light pressure, begin sanding to reduce the 800 grit scratches with the 3000 grit sanding disc. Now it's time to buff the headlight using the foam pad and also the 3M rubbing compound. Dispense a dime-sized amount of 3M rubbing compound to the orange foam pad. Before turning the drill on, smear the polish with the orange foam pad around the lens. This is going to reduce the spatter. It's also a good idea not to run the foam pad dry. Hold the pad flat on the lens, polish the lens until the cloudy haze is gone and the clarity is significantly improved. If additional clarity is needed or desired, add another dime-sized amount of 3M rubbing compound and continue buffing. Now go ahead and clean the lens with just water and a really clean cloth. Look how much of an improvement that lens is from the other side there. The other side is all dingy and yellow, and this 3M kit really did a good job at clearing this lens back to look basically brand new. Okay guys, so now I'm going to try the other side using the toothpaste. Now I'm going to try to get as much results as I can with this. So first, I'm going to sand the headlight with a 500 grit sandpaper. get all the yellow hazing removed, and then I'll take an 800 grit sandpaper and go over the headlight completely, just like I did with the 3M kit. Sand it first with the 500 and then sand it again with the 800. Then I'll go through and put the toothpaste on the headlight and buff the headlight just using a standard kitchen sponge, spraying a little bit of water onto the headlight, buffing it until you completely get the headlight really clean using the toothpaste and the sponge.
I'm gonna eat it up. Ice cream.
This is my daughter Kenna's car, and she was running out to the garage to grab some ice cream and see what I was doing with her car cleaning up the headlights. So you can see the 3M kit really did a good job, and using the toothpaste, yeah, it got cleaner, but it's still not near as good as the 3M side. You can see it's still a little bit hazy there, not quite what I was really wanting out of it. So I went over the headlight again using the same method I did on the passenger side with the 3M kit. I went ahead and did the driver's side the exact same way so that the headlights match and I don't have one that looks really good and one that looks just okay. McKenna is going to be driving later this year and getting her learner's permit, so I wanted to get the headlights looking really good and also shining a little bit brighter. Headlight restoration systems are designed to restore clarity to the headlight lenses that have become yellowed, cloudy, or hazed over time. By restoring the clarity of the lens, you improve the performance of the headlight and enhance the appearance of the vehicle, which is going to make McKenna happy. Headlight lenses have either a hard surface layer or a UV resistant coating on the outer surface of the lens. Once the lens has been degraded by the sun or the UV light and becomes yellow or cloudy, it's necessary to remove that yellowed layer in order to restore clarity to the lens. Alright guys, so now I'm going to add the headlight lens sealer. This keeps the lens clear and bright longer, and it protects the lens from the UV rays and keeps some of the dirt and grime and prevents the yellow hazing.